My name is Michael Arnold. I'm a PhD student in Arab and Middle East history at the American University of Beirut, originally from Canada, and broadly I focus on Islamic intellectual history. My impressions of the symposium, very well organized, very professional. I've never actually been to, especially a graduate student symposium that was as well put together as this one, from organization to all the technology being used, sound quality, translations, live streaming it even, very impressive. Very welcoming organizers, so that aspect, it was very, very good. From what I saw here at the symposium, there's a wide diversity of projects being presented. What was unique about it, which I haven't seen elsewhere, was bringing in an ethical element, so using ethics derived from Sufi studies to apply them to other fields as well. So in addition to illuminating texts and helping us to better understand those texts, there were participants as well coming from different backgrounds who were trying to bring Sufi studies into other fields. And that's something unique that I haven't experienced at another institute before. And I think being in Istanbul, it's a well-positioned place to do something like that. So there was the keynote speakers in particular were very interesting. The talk on near-death experiences and its relation to akhbari and metaphysics I thought was really interesting, and a really interesting example of bringing together various fields, from near-death studies to and applying that to our understanding of akhbari metaphysics was something that was really interesting, and I think may have been difficult to do in another type of symposium, but this symposium provided the space where you could do that. Like I said, I think it also provided the space to have a variety of types of papers presented, from the more sort of typical Western academic papers to more devotional type of presentations and papers as well. And it's actually nice to see those being brought together in a single institute, in a single symposium.
And one question can be about methodology used in Sufi studies.
Mm-hmm.
This institute has an aim to develop, to broaden the methodology that we use in Sufi studies in order to invite very different disciplines.
Sure, yeah.
What would you think about this issue?
Yeah, I think the broad approach taken to Sufi studies has the potential to be very productive, and in the sense that it has the potential to be very inclusive, from bringing in people from more traditional theology backgrounds to historical studies to philosophy to, of course, even the sciences, business, education. And as well, I think the potential to bring in maybe people who are outside of the usual academic framework, so traditional authorities in Tasavvuf from across the region as well, who maybe are not affiliated with a particular institution. They may also be able to find a place to present their ideas in this type of institute. And I think that's where the potential of this institute is very strong.
You presented a paper on Memluks.
It was Sufism and the development of Sunni learning during the Mamluk period, yes.
Yes. What kind of methodology you used, and how do you, define it for this symposium? I mean, how do you bring other approaches to your paper after you've been here?
Okay. For that paper, that's tough. That's a very, it's a very sort of typical sort of historical paper in that sense. I was researching Waqfiyya documentation and things in historical chronicles and biographical dictionaries from the Mamluk period. I think maybe not bringing in specifically to that research, but what it has reinforced for me and given me some more ideas about is this idea of not treating Tasawwuf as a separate standalone thing, distinct one from either the other Islamic sciences or other Islamic traditions, but also not something that should be discussed in isolation from other concerns as well. Again, some of the papers presented on NGOs, for example, business practices, and various things like that. So I think it's reinforced that idea of not, although it's an institute for Sufi studies, of not sort of studying Tasawwuf in isolation from either the other Islamic sciences or other everyday concerns.
Anything you might want to add?
No, I just, again, thank you to the organizers. Again, it was, I think they made us feel very, very welcome here in Istanbul and at the university and at the institute. Very well organized, very professionally done, and very, very welcoming and kind people.